Okay, good evening everyone. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Good evening everyone. Dear, in today's class we are going to start with one of the most important topic of reasoning, and that will be blood relation. In today's class we are going to start with one of the most important topic, which is blood relation. Now if I talk about this topic, come formally from this topic, you will get 3 to 4 questions in your banking examinations. Either the question will be straightforward from this topic, or in men's level they will ask the question based on sitting arrangement plus blood relation, or they will ask for sitting arrangement plus puzzle plus blood relation, and this is going to come in your men's examination. So for banking aspirants, this is one of the most important topic of reasoning. Okay, now today we are going to start with this topic, but very obvious today we can't finish this topic, because this topic we are going to cover 3 different types of questions. From this topic, examiner is going to ask 3 different types of questions. In today's class we will discuss the basic concept of blood relation. What is this blood relation? What things should we consider before solving any questions based on blood relation? Clear? Now from this topic, examiner is going to ask basically 3 types of question. First will be problem based on family tree. The examiner will tell you how to plot the family tree. Second will be problem based on coded relationship. Second will be problem based on coded relationship. And third will be family tree plus profession. Here in the last one, examiner will give profession as well as you have to find the relation between any 2 variable in the problem. So these 3 types we are going to cover in this topic, blood relation. Now, what is this blood relation stands for? What is this topic all about? See, here in this topic, blood relation, we will discuss all those relations which are directly or indirectly related by blood. So here I have used 2 words, directly and indirectly. Now what is this directly and what is this indirectly? What is this direct relation and what is this indirect relation? See, in real life also, any relation will be either direct or indirect. Means what? If I talk about relations will be of 2 types. It will be either direct or it will be indirect. Now, what is the meaning of direct relation and what is the meaning of indirect relation? See, direct means what? All those relations which are straightway attached to you, directly attached to you, those relations are called as direct. And all those relations which has been formed by third person in the family, that will be called as indirect. Any relation which is directly related to you, that will be called as direct relation. And any relation which has been created by some other members of the family, indirect, that will be called as indirect relation. Let's take an example. Say direct always will have 8 relations. Whenever we will talk about direct always will have 8 relations, and these 8 relations will be father, mother, son, daughter, father, mother, son, daughter. Next comes husband, then wife, then come brother, and then comes sister. So these will be 8 direct relations in the family. See, me and my father both are directly related to each other. There is no third person in between me and my father. So me and my father will have direct relation. Same as with my mother. No third person is going to come between me and my mother to form this relation. This relation has been formed directly by my mother. So this is called as direct relation. Same thing applies for son. Same thing applies for daughter. Same thing applies for husband. My husband, my wife. No third person is going to come in between these 2. So they will direct. And last but not the least, brother and sister. Now always remember, whenever the examiner is going to use the word brother and sister, so brother always means real brother, sister always means real sister. Brother always means real brother, sister always means real sister. Because whenever they will go for indirect brother sister, they will use the word cousin. Cousin is the word which is used for indirect brother and sister relationship. Clear? So whenever examiner is going to say A is brother of B, it means A is real brother of B, directly related to each other. If examiner is going to say A is sister of B, means A is real sister of B, directly related. Anyone, any problem? See, in this topic, your first job is to understand the concept of the topic. Till the time the concept is not clear, how to plot the family tree is not clear, you can't solve any questions of blood relation. So my job is to, in this first class, I will give you the basic concept of blood relation. And basic concept means what? How to plot the family tree. How to plot the family tree. Because whenever any question based on blood relation is going to come, your job, always your job is to plot the family tree. Clear? Okay, so these are called as direct relation. What is called indirect? Who is called as indirect? Let's talk about me and my uncle. Uncle is what? Who is called uncle? Uncle will be my brother's brother, my father's brother. My father's brother will be my uncle. So uncle is what? This relation uncle and me has been created by my father. See, if my father is not in between, then this relation is not possible. Because my uncle knows my father, I knows my father, and father has created the relation as uncle or nephew. Nephew, you can call it to be. Clear? So whenever third person is going to come in between any two relations, that relation is called as indirect relation. Indirect always means third person has come in between the two person to create this relation. So whenever any third person is going to come, that will be indirect. Suppose if I say me and my aunt, me and my aunt. So aunt is what? Aunt is what? My father or mother's sister. My father or mother sister. So this aunt has been created by my father mother. If father mother was not in between, then my and aunt relation is not possible. So here again, since father mother has come in between, so that is called as indirect relation. Let's talk an example. If I say who will be my father-in-law, father-in-law will be direct or indirect? Father-in-law will be direct or indirect. So who is going to be my father-in-law? So I will say my father-in-law will be my spouse father. My spouse father will be my father-in-law. Who is called as a spouse? Who is called as a spouse? See, the other partner of the married couple is called as spouse. The other partner of the married couple is called as a spouse. Means what? My wife father will be my father-in-law. My wife father will be my father-in-law. Means what? Wife has come in between me and my father-in-law. If my wife was not there, then in that case that relation is not possible. If my wife is not there in between, then very obvious this relation is not possible. Means wife has created this relation, so this is called as indirect. I hope this part is clear to each and everyone. What is direct, what is indirect? See, indirect, only this 8 relation is going to come. Any other relation than this 8, any other relation than this 8 will be called as indirect relation. So, let's quickly go through the relations. First one, who is called as grandfather? Who is called as grandfather? So, simple I will say grandfather is nothing but my father or mother father. My father or mother father will be my grandfather. My father will be grandfather. My mother father will be grandfather. Now, in order to distinguish who is going to be my father's father and who is going to be my mother's father, sometimes we use the word paternal and maternal. Paternal and maternal. So, whenever the examiner is going to use the word paternal, paternal always stands for father's side. Paternal always stands for father's side, and maternal always stands for mother's side. Clear? Paternal always stands for father's side. So if I say my father's father will be what, I can say it will be my paternal grandfather. My mother's father will be my maternal grandfather. Clear? So first thing comes is grandfather. Next one. Next one. Who will be my grandmother? Grandmother is what? My father or mother, mother. My father or mother, mother. Means my father's mother will be my paternal grandmother. My mother's mother will be my maternal grandmother. Third one, uncle. Who is called as uncle? So I will say my father or mother's father. My father, sorry, brother, sorry. My father or mother's brother. My father or mother's brother will be my uncle. My father's brother will be my uncle. My mother's brother will be uncle. The only difference is what? Paternal and maternal. Paternal uncle will be my father's brother. Maternal uncle will be my mother's brother. Next one. Who is called as aunt? Who is called as aunt? So aunt always stands for uncle's wife. My uncle's wife will be my aunt, or I will say my father or mother sister. My father, mother, sisters will be my aunt. Clear? My father or mother, sister will be my aunt. Next one. Who is called as maternal? Already we have understood this word maternal and paternal. So maternal stands for mother's side. So I will say my mother brother. My mother brothers will be my maternal uncle. And paternal stands for my father brothers. My father brothers will be my paternal grandfather. Sorry. Paternal grandfather will be my father. Clear? Anyone, any problem? Clear? Next one. Who is called as niece? The two important words has come, niece and nephew. Two important relations, niece and nephew is going to come. Who are called as niece? So always remember, my brother or sister's daughter will be my niece. Whatever my brothers and sisters have, the daughter of my brother and sister will be my niece. And this brother, sister, my cousin is also going to come. My cousin daughter will be my niece. My real brother's daughter will be my niece. My real sister will be my niece. So always remember, niece stands for my brothers or sisters. Brothers or sisters. My brother's sister's daughter will be my niece. My brother's daughter or my sister's daughter will be my niece. See, I am starting from the basic. I am starting from the zero level, and I will go to the advanced level. Okay, I know most of you know these relations, but my job is to start from the basic. That's why in a quick way, I am simply discussing these relations. Next one, nephew. Nephew is nothing but my brother / sister's sons. My brother's sons or my sister's sons will be my nephew. Clear? Okay, let's go with the next one. Who is called as father-in-law? Father-in-law is nothing but, I will say father-in-law is nothing but spouse father. Spouse father. A spouse, who is called as a spouse? The other partner of the married couple is called as spouse. The other partner of the married couple is called as spouse. For husband, wife is the spouse. For wife, husband is the spouse. So I will say spouse father will be my father-in-law. Next one. Who will be my mother-in-law? So mother-in-law is what? My spouse mother. So I will say spouse mother will be my mother-in-law. Hindi version, I think you must know about it. Sasuma, Hindi version. But this is a English medium batch, so I'm not using any Hindi relations over here. But you must know both the English and Hindi version of any relations. Clear? Next one. Who is called as brother-in-law? Who is called as brother-in-law? See, brother-in-law always have more than one meaning. First meaning will be my spouse brother. Spouse brother means husband brother or wife brother. My wife brother will be my brother-in-law. And last but not the least will be my sister's husband. In Hindi we call it as Jijaji. In Hindi we call it as Jijaji. So Jijaji is nothing but my sister's husband. So my sister husband will be called as brother-in-law. My sister's husband is my brother-in-law. Clear? Brother-in-law will have two meanings, either my spouse brother or will be my sister's husband. Next one. Sister-in-law. Again, sister-in-law will be what? Spouse, sister. My wife's sister will be my sister-in-law. Husband's sister will be my sister-in-law. And parallelly there is one word called as bhabhi. In Hindi we call it as bhabhi. See, I am using some word in Hindi so that you can understand in a better way. I am using both English and Hindi version of the relation just to make you understand in a better way. Nothing more than this. Okay, so sister-in-law is what? Nothing but first will be spouse sister and second will be bhabhi is nothing but my brother's wife. My brother's wife will be my sister-in-law. So I will say my brother's wife. Clear? Next one. Who will be called as son-in-law? Son-in-law is what? Son-in-law is nothing but my daughter's husband. See, whomsoever is going to be my daughter's husband. He is going to be my son-in-law and I will be his father-in-law. Clear? Son-in-law is nothing but my daughter's husband. Daughter's husband. My daughter's husband will be my son-in-law. And who will be daughter-in-law? Daughter-in-law is nothing but my son's wife. My son's wife. The wife of my son will be called as my daughter-in-law. Clear? Next one. Who will be my grandson? See, grandson is what? See, if I say grandson will be my son's son or my daughter's son, that won't be appropriately correct. So simple I will say grandson is nothing but my children's son. My children can be male or it can be female. It can be either son or daughter. My son or daughter's son will be my grandson. So I will say my children's son. My children's son. Children's means it can be son or daughter. So I will say son or daughter's son will be my grandson. And granddaughter is nothing but my children's daughter. Clear? And this last one relation which is somewhere hiding over here is cousin. Who are called as cousins? Who are called as cousins? So cousins is not, cousin will be my brother, but he or she is not going to be my real brother or sister. Cousin means just like brother and sister, but can't be real brother or sister. So cousin, I will say cousin is nothing but my uncle's or aunt, son or daughter will be my cousin. See, my uncle's son, my father's brother's son cannot be my real brother, but yes, he is just like my brother. So someone who is not real, but someone like that, then in that case we use the word cousin. So cousin is nothing but I will say my uncle, my uncle's or aunt, children's. Cousin can be male as well as can be female. So first thing, all these relations should be committed to memory. You should remember all these relations because in the entire topic I am going to talk about these relations only. Anyone, any problem? Clear? So now, till now we have understood how many relations we are going to talk about in this topic. Now, next what? See, whenever any problem based on blood relation is going to come, what will be my objective? Whenever examiner will give any questions based on blood relation, whether to form the family tree or question based on coded relationship or question based on family tree plus profession. So whenever any problem based on blood relation is going to come, my objective is to draw one family tree. My job is to draw one family tree. My job is to draw one family tree, and this art we have to learn in today's class. In today's class only we have to learn this art, how to form the family tree. Because once you understood how to form the family tree, then this topic is approximately 80% over. If you know how to plot the family tree, chapter is over. Nothing more than this you are supposed to learn in this topic. So you need to understand how to plot the family tree. Now what is this family tree? What is this family tree? See, here in this family tree, I am going to draw one very small comprehensive chart. Very small comprehensive chart. This chart will contain all the variables of the problem. And by seeing this chart, we can find the relation between any two of them. So family tree is nothing but a very small comprehensive chart I am going to plot. That chart will contain all the variables of the problem, and by seeing this chart, we can find the relation between any two of them. Now, since in this family tree, we have to show both direct and indirect relations. By C, examiner can give P is the uncle of Q, or they can give R is the father of S, or they can give U is the grandmother of T. Any statement they can give. That relation can be direct as well as indirect. So now my job is to understand how to show any direct or indirect relation in this family tree. Clear? Since we have to plot both the direct and indirect, so let's start with the direct one first. Direct means what? See, initially we need to understand how to plot these 8 relations in my family tree. My first job is to make you understand how to plot these 8 relations in my family tree. Anyone, any problem? Clear? Okay. Now, whenever we talk about direct relation, direct means what? The first comes first is my father. So now the concepts are how to draw family tree. How to draw family tree, or rather we can say how to show any relations in my family tree. So whenever we talk about direct, in direct the first comes first is my father, mother. So I have taken this statement as an example just to explain you. These statements are not related to each other. I have taken this statement just to make you understand how to plot father, mother in my family tree. Suppose in the exam, they have given one statement as P is the father of Q, or R is the mother of S, or T is the son of U, and so on. Then how to show this relation in my family tree? Then how to show this relation in my family tree? See, if I talk about the first one, now everyone please be focused on the board, because this will complete the entire blood relation topic. The only thing you need to understand is how to show any relations in my family tree. Because once you understood how to show any relations in my family tree, this topic is entirely over. Nothing more than this you need to understand. Clear? Okay, let's take the first one. See, in the first statement, they are saying P is the father of Q. P is the father of Q. Suppose they have given P is the father of Q. So please tell me, out of P and Q, who will be the father? So always remember, whatever relation they have given in between, this always signifies for the first person. Here mother, who will be mother? R will be the mother. Whatever relation they will give, this relation always signifies for the first person. Suppose here they have given T is the son of U. So who will be son? So son will be T. Son will be T. Okay. Now let's take the first one. Here they are saying P is the father of Q. So what I will say? P is the father of Q means what? Out of P and Q, P will be father. So what about Q? What about Q? So if P is the father, then Q will be either son or daughter. Q will be either son or daughter. Whatever Q may be, whatever Q may be. In this statement, I am talking about 2 different generations. So very, very important one, generation has come. So firstly, you need to understand what is this generation and how this generation is created. See, in my family, I will say there is one generation in which I am going to belong. Or other way, if I take example, see, in your family, there will be one, your generation. You will be in one of those generations. So how this generation is going to be created, and apart from you, how many persons will be there in that generation? Clear? First concept you need to understand, what is this generation gap, what is this generation, how this generation has been created, and how to find out whether which person is going to be in which generation. Because from this concept, we will use this concept in type number 2, which is coded relationship. And this coded relationship have been asked so many times in a banking examination. So here I can say, if the statement is P is the father of Q, so I'm going to say out of P and Q, P is the father, so Q will be either son or daughter. Whatever Q may be, here I am talking about father, son means what? 2 different generations. So how this generation has been created? So in order to explain that, let's see the example. Let's see the example. Now just to explain, I am assuming myself in this in this generation. I am assuming myself to be in this generation. So I will be, if I am in this generation, then who other person from my family is going to come in this generation? Or other way, how generation is formed? How we create the generations? Always remember, all those persons in the family who will have age almost nearby of you, they will form one generation. All the persons in the family having the same age as that of you, nearby, okay? Same as age as you, nearby. They will form one generation, and that will be your generation. Means, if this is my generation, then what? Who else is going to come? My brother, my sister, my wife, my brother-in-law, and my sister-in-law, and my cousin. By very obvious, my brothers and sisters' age will be somewhere nearby my age. Plus minus 10 will be okay. My wife, very obvious, my wife will be from my generation, not from my grandfather generation. By my wife's age will be somewhere nearby my age. Then comes my brother-in-law, sister-in-law, and my cousin. So these all persons will come together in one generation, and that generation will be my generation. That will be my generation. Next one. If I am going to be in this generation, then who will be one generation above? So my one generation above comes out to be my father, mother. So this generation will be my father, mother, and all those persons in the family having the age nearby of my father, mother's age. That comprises of uncle, my father's brother, aunt, my father's mother's sister, father-in-law, and mother-in-law. Clear? Father, mother, uncle, aunt, father-in-law, sister-in-law, all comes in one generation, as their age will be almost nearby with each other. Clear? Now, this is my generation, this is my father generation. So who is going to come above my father generation? That will be my father's father. That will be called as grandparents. It comprises of grandfather and grandmother. Grandfather is nothing but my father's or mother's father. Grandmother will be my father's or mother's brother. Mother. Clear? So I am over here, here comes my father, mother, here comes my grandparents. Above this will be my great-grandparents. Great-grandparents. Means my grandparents' father, mother. They will be called as great-grandparents. After my generation comes will be my son and daughter, and all the persons having the age nearby of my sons and daughter. So next will be son, daughter, niece. Niece is what? My brother's daughter. My brother's or sister's daughter will be almost at the same age that of my daughter's age. Next is nephew. Nephew is my brother or sister's son, almost near that of my son's age. Then comes son-in-law and daughter-in-law. My son-in-law is going to be what? My son-in-law will be my daughter's husband. So if he is my daughter's husband, then his age must be nearby that of my daughter's age. And same concept applies for my daughter-in-law. Daughter-in-law is nothing but my son's wife. So my daughter-in-law age will be somewhere nearby my son's age. So all of them will come together and they will form one generation, and that will be of my son and daughter's generation. Clear? Understood, not understood? And after my son's daughter, they will be my grandchildren. Means what? My grandson or granddaughter. Means my children's son or daughter. So in the entire topic, I am going to talk about these 6 generations only. In these 6 generations only. Here comes me, here comes my father, mother, here comes my grandparents, here comes my great-grandparents. After me will be my son, daughter, and thereafter will be my granddaughters. Sorry, grandchildren's, granddaughter and grandson. Now always remember, whenever you go any relation up, because here's the difference, with this reference I'm talking about. With differences, if I talk about any relation which is above me, I'm going to use the sign plus, plus, plus. And after my generation will be minus 1. Means what? If I say what will be my father and mother, so father, mother will be what? One generation above. One generation above. So father, mother will be plus 1. So any person who is coming in this generation will be denoted by plus 1. Father will be +1, mother will be +1, uncle will be +1, aunt will be +1, my father-in-law will be plus, and mother-in-law will be +1. Same as whenever we talk about my grandparents. So my grandparents comes 2 generations above me. 2 generations above me. 2 generation means what? Gap of 2, and above means plus. So grandparents will be always denoted by +2. Great grandparents will be denoted by +3. Any generation above will be denoted by plus, any generation above will be denoted by minus. Clear? So if I talk about what will be my sons and daughters will become one generation after me. After means minus. So my son's daughter will be denoted by -1. So whenever this word son, daughter, niece, nephew, son-in-law, daughter-in-law is going to come, I will denote it by -1. And whenever my grandchildren are going to come, they will become after 2 generations. So -2. Clear? Now how to this concept in plotting the family tree? How to use this concept in plotting the family tree? So always remember, plus means above, minus means below. Plus means above, minus will be below. +1 will be 1 arrow in between 1 generation gap. Always remember, whatever arrows we are putting, these arrows always signifies for generation gap. Always signifies for generation gap. If the gap is of 1 generation, I am going to use 1 arrow. If the gap is of 2 generation, I am going to use 2 arrow. Clear? Arrow will come as many times as number of generation gap. If the 2 person will have a gap of 3 generations, means 3 arrow is going to come. Clear? Understood? Anyone? Any problem? Okay, let's use this concept in my previous statement. Now let's start. How to plot it? See, here they are given P is the father of Q. So who will be father? Father will be P. And father always stands for +1. Father always stands for +1. +1 means what? A gap of 1 generation means 1 arrow is going to come. Who will be plus? Plus will be P. Plus means above. So P will be at the top followed by Q. This is how you need to understand the concept. Clear? Anyone? Any problem? At least respond here. Are you able to understand or not understand the class? Have you understood the concept of this generation gap? Have you understood how to utilize this in plotting the family tree? Because this concept needs to be understood by each and every student. Because once if you don't understand this concept, there is no point of going for questions. See, that's why I'm not starting straight from the questions. I'm giving you concept first. My thought is very simple. Always try to get the concept first. Because once you understand the concept, very easily you can solve all the questions of blood relation. Don't worry. Clear? Still nobody is responding. What to do? Clear? Not clear? Yes sir, understood. Only one student saying yes sir, understood. What about others? Okay. Okay. Let's go next one. R is the mother of, mother is what? 1 generation above. Mother is 1 generation above. So for mother I am going to use +1. This +1 is for whom? +1 is for R. Always remember, whatever relation they have given, this relation is always for the first person in the statement. So +1 means what? A gap of 1 means 1 arrow, 1 generation gap. Plus means what? Above. So who will be above R? So R will be over here followed by S. Clear? Next one. T is the son of you. Son means what? Son will become after my generation. After my generation means what? Son always stands for -1. -1 stands for whom? T. 1 stands for 1 arrow. Minus means below. So who will be below? T. So T is going to come over here and you will be over here. Clear? Next one. X is the daughter of Y. Daughter stands for -1. Who will be minus? X. So 1 means 1 arrow. Minus means below. So X will be below and Y will be above. I think this part is clear to each and every one. Next one. A is the grandfather. Grandfather means what? +2. See, always remember, whenever this word grand is going to come, grand always stands for difference of 2 generations. Grand, whenever this grand is going to come, means it has a gap of 2 generations. The only difference is whenever grandfather or grandmother is going to come, then we take +2. Grandson, grandchildren, we take -2. But our grand always stands for gap of 2 generations. So what I will say? +2 stands for what? +2 means gap of 2 arrow. Gap of 2 arrow. Now plus means what? Top. So who will be on the top? A. So A will be over here, followed by B. B will be over here. Clear? Okay. So till now we have understood what is generation gap, how to utilize generation gap in my family tree. See, if suppose they have given P is the brother of Q. P is the brother of Q. So brother means what? Same generation means what? No arrow is going to come in case of brother sister. No arrow is going to come in case of husband wife, because husband wife will be in the same generation. Clear? Now, dear, always remember while reading the statement, you should always take care of 2 things. You should always take care of 2 things. First comes is relation. First comes is relations that will be given in the problem. That will be given in the problem. And second part, most of the students ignore in the exam, and that will be gender. You should not ignore the gender. Means while reading the statement, try to find what relation they have given, and thereafter you need to find whose gender they have given. Now for gender, always remember, you always get the gender of the first person, because this relation is given for the first person. Only in one relation, that is husband-wife, you will get the gender of the last person also. Other than husband-wife, whatever relations they have given, you will only get the gender for the first variable only. Husband-wife is the only relation where you will get the gender for both the variable in the problem. Clear? Now here see, here they have given P is the father of Q. P is the father of Q. So who is going to be the father? Father will be P. See, either Q can be either son or daughter. Means Q can be either male or female. So I can't assume the gender of Q. Never assume the gender of any variable in the problem. Most of the students do a common mistake of assumptions. They will assume that Q will be son or Q will be daughter. They have not given anything about Q. Q can be son or can be daughter. Means Q can be male or can be female. You should not assume the gender of the variable. Clear? Okay. Now, how to denote male and female in my family tree? So always remember, whenever they talk about any male person in the family, I am going to use the symbol square. If you require, you can use plus minus also, but I don't use plus minus because I think there is a possibility of making a mistake in seeing plus minus. So always I am going to put male by square and female by circle, or you can go by minus also. male will be denoted by square, female will be denoted by circle. Means suppose they have given P is male. P is male means what? P and followed by square. Q is female. Q and followed by circle. You can write like this also, P plus or Q minus. It's up to you. Clear? Now, let's go back to first statement once again. See here what they have given. Here they have given P is the father of Q. So father is what? P. Who will be the father? P. I am not sure about the Q. So the complete notation will be put square over P. Q will remain as it is. See here R is the mother. Who is the mother? R. Mother means female, so I should put circle. Who is the son? Son will be T. You will be either father or mother. I am not sure. They have given T is the son, so you can be either father or mother. I am not sure. But yes, I am sure T will be son. Son means male. Clear? Next one. X is the daughter of Y. Daughter means female. So who will be female? X will be female. A is the grandfather means A will be male. Clear everyone? Okay, so now we have understood how to plot father-mother, how to plot son-daughter, how to plot grandfather-grandmother in my family tree. Now let's go with the next direct relation, that will be brother-sister. Brother-sister. So, suppose they have given the example as P is the brother of Q, R is the sister of S, U and V are brothers, X and Y are sisters. So whenever they will talk about any brother-sister relationship, brother-sister will be direct relation. Brother means real brother and sister means real sister. Okay. So whenever they will talk about any brother-sister relationship, my symbol will be equal to sign in between them. My symbol will be equal to sign in between them. Means what? Equal to always stands for brother-sister relationship. If you want, you can go with some other symbol also. That's not hard and fast. But yes, in the class, I am going to use equal to. Because logic is very clear. Why equal to? Because brother-sister will be in the same generation. Both brother and sister will be in the same generation. So I am using the symbol equal to. Now, just see here. P is the brother of Q. So brother will be what? Real brother. So P should be equal to Q. Who is brother? P. So P will be male. Q can be sister as well as Q can be brother. Always keep this in your mind. Till the time, brothers, till the time husband-wife relation is not given to me, you will never get the gender for the last variable in the statement. Always in the statement, you will get the gender of the first variable only. Clear? Next one. R is the sister of S. For sister, I am going to use the symbol equal to. So R equal to S. Who is sister? R. Sister means female. Next one. U and V are brothers. Just see, U and B both are before brothers. Just see, U and B both are before brothers. Means both U and B gender will be given to me. U and B are brothers means what? Both U and V are brothers means both will be male. And here X and Y are sister means what? Both are sister means both will be female. Clear? Anyone, any problem? Dear, at least respond in the class, dear. Understood, not understood, because this is the most important part of blood relation. Clear, not clear? Okay. Let's go with the last part, which is husband-wife, married couples. How to plot married couples in the family tree. See here they given P is the husband of Q, second one R is the spouse of S. Spouse meaning is what? The other partner of the married couple. Now most of the students thinks if this is given or this is given, both will have the same meaning. No dear, they both won't have the same meaning. They have got a major difference. They have got a major difference, and difference will be in terms of gender. Difference will be in terms of gender. Now, for married couples, whenever they will talk about husband-wife relationship, any married couple, my symbol will be equal to sign but arrow at the last. This symbol I am going to use for husband-wife, married couple. If you want to go for some other symbol, you can go, but in the class I will follow this one only, because this has got some logic. See, logic is what? Y equal to, because husband-wife both will be in the same generation. Both will be in the same generation means equal to sign in between them. Arrow at the last means what? Because husband-wife will depend upon each other for rest of their life. In the case of brother-sister, yes, they depends upon each other for some years, not for rest of their lives. But husband-wife will depend upon each other for rest of their lives. So equal to arrow at the last. Now here, P is the husband of Q. So I will say husband stands for equal to but arrow at the last. So P will be husband of Q. So who will be husband? P will be husband. Husband means male. So P will be male. See here in this one, even though nothing has been said about Q, but Q has to be female only, as two male persons can't marry each other. See, in this topic, two persons can't marry each other. What happens in real life, that is not the concern. See, for the blood relation, minimum 4 classes, dear. Minimum 4 classes I have planned for blood relation. Hopefully in these 4 classes, I will cover up to the advanced level, 4 to 5. Clear? First class is basic. Second class, we will go for the question based on family tree. Easy question I am going to start, slowly increase the level. Then I will touch IBPSPO. Then I will touch SBIPO. In third class, I am going to go for coded relationship. That will take 2 classes, because that is the most typical part to explain the class. Most typical part of blood relation. Okay, next one. R is the spouse of S. See, spouse is nothing but married couple. The other partner of the married couple will be spouse. So here most of the students will feel, sir, a spouse means the married couple, the other partner of married couple means R and S should be married couple. Then where is the difference? The difference is here the gender of P and Q is given to me, but R is the spouse. Only thing what I can deduct, that R and S will be married. R and S will be married couple. Who will be male, who will be female, I can't say. I can't say. Clear? So till now we have understood how to plot the direct relations in the family tree. Father and mother, how to plot? By putting one arrow. Okay, in case of father and mother, always remember one thing. Always remember one thing. This by chance I have missed it. Always remember one thing. See, already I have told you, whenever in any problem we will talk about more than one generation, then I am going to put one arrow. I am going to put one arrow. This arrow always stands for generation gap. This arrow always stands for generation gap. Clear? One gap means one arrow, 2 generation gap means 2 arrow, 3 generation gap means 3 arrow. Now always remember one thing. Always remember one thing. The place just above arrow, this place is only and only for father, mother. Nobody else can come at this place, and this place is only and only for daughter or son. Clear? This place is only and only for father, mother. The place just above the arrow is only and only for father, mother, and the place just below the arrow is only and only for son, daughter. By mistake, please don't put uncle, aunt over here. Please don't put niece, nephew over here, because this place is only and only for son, daughter. This is only and only for father, mother. Let's take an example. Suppose I put like this, A, B, like this. So from this, what we can deduct? We can say that since A is just above arrow, so A will be either father or mother of B. Just above means father or mother of B. A is male. Male means what? A is the father of B. For B, I can say B is just below the arrow. Just below means either son or daughter, and B is in the circle means female, so B will be the daughter of A. Clear? Okay. Let's go with the next one. Suppose in the examiner say, give the statement as, let's take example, indirect. P is uncle of Q. How to plot this one? P is uncle of Q. How to plot this one? P is uncle of Q. How to plot this one? See, whenever any indirect relation is going to come, then how to plot this indirect relation in my family tree? See, indirect means what? Some direct is going to come in between. Some direct is going to come in between. And whenever any indirect relation is going to come, the best strategy is always introduce yourself in the problem. Always introduce yourself in the problem. Means what? Let's take example. Suppose here they have given P is the uncle of Q. P is the uncle of Q. So who is the uncle? Uncle will be P. Since P is the uncle, so I will assume myself as Q. I will become Q. I will become Q never means Q will be male. You will simply assume yourself to be Q, but you should not assume the gender of Q. Clear, my dear? In order to draw the family tree of this statement, I am simply assuming Q to be myself. Myself never means that I am male, so Q will be male. Not like this. Only just to plot it, I am assuming myself to be Q. Okay, now just see. Here they are saying P is the uncle of Q. So first of all, who is uncle? Who is uncle? Uncle is no one but my father or mother's brother. My father or mother's brother will be my uncle. My father's brother will be my uncle and my mother's brother will be my uncle. Means, if I need to plot my uncle, I need to plot my father, mother. I need to plot my father, mother. And just now we have seen, father, mother means what? Always comes above the arrow. Means, if I am over here, my father, mother will be just above the arrow. Clear? So I will plot like this. Now here, let's see. P is the uncle of Q. So, I am assuming myself to be Q, and I need to plot my uncle, which is P. Uncle is nothing but my father or mother's brother. So I need to plot my father, mother first. So father, mother simple is what? Just above this arrow, my father and mother is going to come. So here comes my father, mother. And my father's father, mother, brother will be my uncle. For brother, I am going to use the symbol equal to. So father, mother will be equal to, and then here comes Q. Sorry, here comes P. Here comes P. And P is what? P is uncle means P will be male. Uncle means P will be male. So at last I am going to put 1 square over P. Clear everyone? Anyone, any problem? Understood, not understood? Okay, suppose they have given like this. Let's have one more example. R is nephew of S. R is nephew of S. How to plot this one? R is the nephew of S. So here what I will say, who is nephew? Nephew is nothing but R. R will be nephew. So if R is the nephew, I will become S. I will become S. Now, who will be called as nephew? Nephew will be nothing but my brother or sister's son. My brother's son will be my nephew, my sister's sons will be my nephew. So I will say, nephew is nothing but my brother or sister's son. So if I need to plot the nephew, I need to plot my brother, sister first. And my brother, sister, son will be my nephew. Clear? So let's start. I am assuming myself to be S. Here, me. S. My brother, sister. For brother, sister, I'm going to use the symbol equal to. So here comes my brother or sister. And nephew is nothing but my brother, sister's son. Son will be over here. And nephew means what? Male. Clear? So I think this part is clear to each and everyone. See, in today's class, basically I have discussed about direct. Because in tomorrow's class, again I am going to start with indirect. See, in indirect, they will never ask for uncle. They will never ask for this niece, nephew. Because niece, nephew always will have two meaning. Who will be my niece? Niece can be my brother's daughter or it can be my sister's daughter also. So niece will always have two meaning. Uncle will be what? My father's brother or my mother's brother, again two meaning. So in most of the cases, examiner will not give uncle, aunt, niece, nephew. See, in the exam for indirect, they will only ask for father-in-law, mother-in-law, son-in-law. Father-in-law, mother-in-law, son-in-law, and daughter-in-law. So how to plot these four with how to plot cousin. Very, very important one, cousin. See, examiner is not going to say you need to plot the cousin. But yes, examiner will give one question for which the answer should be cousin. So you need to understand that in my family tree, how should I distinguish brother, sister with my cousin? And all these parts I am going to cover tomorrow at 6 o'clock. Tomorrow at 6 o'clock I am going to cover all these parts. In tomorrow's class I am going to start with practice questions. Clear? I hope you must like the session. If you like the session, please subscribe the channel. Okay, with the hope that you all will be coming in tomorrow's class. And that's all for today. Thank you so much. God bless you all. Take care. Love you all. Thank you so much.